Ms. Cheryl Mitchell Grant of Anchovy Primary to lead us in prayer.
Let's bow our heads. Father, we thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercies. We thank you that you are God and there is none beside you. We thank you for this great day. We thank you for this gathering. Father, as we have gathered, we pray that everything that will be done today will be done to the glory and the honor of your name, and that in the end you will be glorified. Let everything be done decently and in order. We give you thanks in Jesus' name. Amen.
Definitely one of our prayer warriors. Don't you agree? Okay, so let me introduce myself before welcoming everyone and introducing the members who really need no introduction, right, of our esteemed head table. My name is Celia Champagny. I'm the project manager for ICDP2, and we have with us, of course, many persons from schools in this region. Why? Because we're at the official Western Region recognition ceremony of the ICDP2 Best Kept Community and School Awards. That's the reason you all came here this morning. Many of you participated in the competition, and we're here for one reason, and one reason only, is to celebrate. The competition, of course, was designed to incentivize participants and the beneficiaries. You have maintained high levels of performance standards in ensuring that the assets that the state, that entities like JSIF have provided to you have been well kept, have been beautified. Assets like roads, schools, greenhouses, parks, green spaces, all implemented too under JSIF's ICDP2. Hello, Mr. Councillor. How are you this morning? Good. Happy to have you here. Of course, also no stranger to you is our councillor for the Cambridge Division, Javin Barker. Is it Javin? Baker. Right. I'm sorry, I didn't want to mispronounce the first name. Thank you for joining us. So, we would like to first thank our hosts, the OPM Western Regional Office and its staff members, led of course by our Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honorable Homer Davis. We also recognize the presence of our hardworking Managing Director of JSIF, Mr. Omar Sweeney, as well as the Councillor, as I just mentioned, for the Cambridge Division, Mr. Jevin Baker. Our community and school representatives from Anchovy, Bickerstead Primary, Lethe Primary, and our hard-working environmental wardens. You're here, right? Yes. All right. Welcome to you all. My super team from JSIF and members of the media, thank you for making this possible as well. We will launch right into the opening remarks by our MD, Mr. Sweeney. Now, Mr. Sweeney, as I said, needs no introductions. However, in case you didn't know and you thought he was just, our MD, no. The captain of the ship is an experienced civil and construction engineer with over 20 years experience. And he's also very much experienced as a project manager and certified. He's driven by the intent to see people do better, children having better learning outcomes, and people feeling safer, among many other goals he will tell you. I stole that from an interview that he gave recently. So welcome, Mr. Sweeney.
Thank you, Ms. Champagny, Honorable Minister, Councillor Baker, Honorable Minister without portfolio. I want to officially start by saying thank you for the welcome to Montego Bay West OPM Operations, long name. And certainly, while we've spent a lot of time here, it's the first time here in the official capacity. I also want to apologize for the late start this morning as well. I did have a personal emergency coming here, and it delayed my arrival. but it was just so necessary to be here. Other distinguished members present, members of the media, JSIF team, good morning again. And maybe I thought I wanted to start with a little bit of history. JSIF's engagement in urban communities, in the way we know it today, started as far back as 2006. That's, 18 years ago? And back then, the concern was that one of the reasons that our urban and inner city communities suffered from so much decay and social issues was because government services, community-based services, had retreated from those communities, right? And what happens is that when the government, the state, and community actors retreat from the communities, others make themselves present. Okay? Others make themselves, if you want to say, to replace the vacuum or the void that needs to be filled. Okay? And so if I were to give you a simple example, that if someone needed help to fill a prescription and there is no government representative or no government person that they could go to seek that assistance. It can be back to school, it can be a prescription, it can be a job. But if there's nobody there, right, someone else is going to come there and say, I can help you with that problem. Okay? So we thought that it was important that we go back into communities and re-establish community action, community-based services, government services. And so a big part of that, and I would almost say to you, it is the first pillar of our action was the environment. Because the truth is that no matter what the situation is, we know, we say cleanliness is next to godliness, right? But no matter what the situation is, if the place is not clean, okay, then we can't even begin to have a conversation, right? You can't begin to have a conversation of how you're going to help people or do something better if the place is not clean. So the environmental program really came about as a result of that, right? How we would first engage residents to be a part of the infrastructure that helps to keep communities clean. And then beyond that, how do we bring in state actors like the NSWMA to now do their part? Because it's a two-part thing. We keep the place clean, they come and collect the garbage. It's a two-part. Okay? Because no point in cleaning up the place if the garbage is piling up. And when the garbage is piling up, well, you're environmental warden, so you know we have to containerize. We have to make sure that when they come to collect, they're not spending an hour and 2 hours and 3 hours trying to clean up everything that is all over the place. And so that makes the system work. Since that time, we have now implemented the program in almost 30 communities island-wide. Recently, we had our awards program in Kingston. And beyond the fact that the community that came first is from here in the West, right? We also at JSIF don't believe that Kingston is Jamaica, right? And so it was appropriate because a number of the communities that participate, and not only participate, did well, not only did well, but one is from the West. So that brings us here this morning, right? It brings us here this morning for you to be properly recognized in the place that you are from. And so we are happy to be here for the ceremony today. And I really want to encourage you to continue the work that you do every day. This program has expanded into many things. You can see the categories in terms of best kept school, best kept garden, best kept community. It has expanded into many things. And I strongly believe that we are a group of persons that are going to change the way Jamaica deals with how communities are kept clean. And one of the greatest feedbacks, Minister, that has come to me since, you've seen the massive publicity we have gotten in the media, but many persons in Jamaica didn't know that people are going around in purple shirts and advising people on how to keep the place clean, and they didn't know that such a program exists in Jamaica. And the strength of our body, the strength of our grouping, the strength of the work that we do every single day, you will live to see where, long after even you stop doing it, you can say that I was one of the first environmental wardens in Jamaica. So I want to thank you for your efforts and your work and really your loyalty to the program, because like I say, if you look at it in the bigger Jamaica in terms of solving our problems by first ensuring that our environment is number one, we are the pioneers. So good luck, and I congratulate you again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sweeney, for that great commendation to the residents of this parish, as well as our political representatives with us today. We will now have your Honorable MP and Minister of State, Mr. Davis. A little research done on him reveals that he's actually from my birth parish, St. Mary. So he must be a quality individual. And he has certainly years of experience in development at the community, local. I dare say I don't even want to go further, because the gentleman might surprise me even more. As a development specialist and also as an experienced politician who began his early political career, we're told, in Anchovy. I'm sure you know that. So JSIF extends its heartfelt gratitude, MP, to you and your team for your continued partnership in advancing the development of your constituents. We welcome you to bring greetings.
Thank you very much, Ms. Champagne. Where are you from? Richmond? Pembroke, not very far. Let me welcome my good friend. I've always said to him that, I don't know who registered him, but they spelled his name wrong. He's Omar and I'm Homer. Mr. Sweeney, welcome to OPM Westler, and I would like to see you in this part a little bit more often. Councillor Jabin Baker, newly elected Councillor Baker from the Cambridge Division. He succeeded me, sir, as a councillor. And I can tell you the people have been saying to him, you have a big shoes to follow. But I saw in him the characteristics and the ability to work for the people. We could not have been here without you who are here today. And when I looked at the schools and when I looked at the representatives, it gave me great honor and pleasure to be here today. And when I was called to say, well, listen, we need to come and visit you and to have your people show off. Right? So I said, it's a pleasure. We can arrange and have that here. But let me first, commend the participating schools. You have done your school and your school community and your parish an excellent job. to our wardens, or environmental warden. I'm sure that when a number of you were called to participate, and I got the report, a number of persons were quite reluctant, Mr. Sweeney. And they were reluctant because of the job description. And I can understand that. But you know something? I would say to you that you are doing a job that if most Jamaicans were doing that job, would have been in a better position today. Because more and more we are realizing now that how important the environment is, how important our surrounding is, how important it is to have a clean environment. The Bible speaks about it. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And so it is important. So when JSIF embark on these community projects and programs to make the environment more resilient, it was a very strategic move. And it was strategic in several ways, because Mr. Sweeney spoke about when we allow communities as if they are an automatic pilot and nobody is responsible, then we'll get a character coming in. And this is where the gangs like to operate. This is where the garrison network established itself, because there's no leadership from the people who matters. There's leadership from persons who have other ulterior motive. And so you must all be commended for the job and the work that you have been doing with JSIF. I just make note, Mr. Sweeney, tell me, our environmental, at the end of it, are they certified? Yes. Okay, good. Good. Well, that is good, because I know it's a lot of training that you have been going through. Because I remember when I was at the parish council as a mayor, we started on a vector control, where it's really more or less a similar exercise. And we insisted that, we certify these people, because after 6 months, what they would have learned and what they would have been taught, it's basically a lifelong skill, how to treat with the environment. And I'm only hoping that, we will have a way to continue with these people, because more and more, the environment will become a very topical issue. Well, let me once again thank the team. And when I looked at this sheet, I saw best kept school green space, best kept grounds, best kept recycling environmental projects, overall environmental stewardship, safety management, best kept schools. And it tells me that the function runs very deep. It's not about fixing up the place and keeping the place clean, but it's what you do after you collect the garbage. Separation is the way to go, because when I go elsewhere, separation is the order of the day. And so it's good to see we start in the schoolroom, to see the separation of our garbage or of our waste taking place, and I hope that it can be replicated. I know NSWMA is doing some bit of it, but we need for it to be more nationalized. So once again, congratulations to the various institutions for the position that you have been placed in, whether first place, second place, or third place. And I think you did very well, as I said, and you have made the parish of St. James very proud today. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick background, as Minister said, and as Mr. Sweeney explained, it's a combination of the awards for the environmental wardens as well as the schools that participated in the best recycling, best environment project, best school green space, overall environmental stewardship and safety management, and best kept school. Now, as Mr. Sweeney also said, what was so thrilling for us too is that most of the prizes went to this region, I think, which was fantastic. So by far, you are doing very well when it comes to environmental management practices. So what happened, Jamaicans like to say, what had happened was, Miss Suho is the senior manager. She spearheaded this program with the team of Dr. Milton Clark, who is our environmental manager as well at JSIF. He wears many caps and does many programs for us, but he makes sure that we are always on point and leading the cutting edge of technology when it comes to training, etc., in environmental management practices. And Miss Winsome Hudson, who is also no stranger to you because she spearheads our training portfolio as well as our community-based contracting portfolio. So they, incognito and unawares to many schools, in fact, one principal commented, MP and councillor, that when them did come? Because they weren't even aware that this 4-member team from JSIF and the NSWMA carried out independent assessment of the 17 schools and community entrances over the island and the parks in the 10 communities that benefited from ICDP2. And we had a predetermined selection criteria, so everyone was judged along the same standard. So now, the big moment, of course, is the official recognition. There is a community, Anchovy, that there was a huge pause and excitement and drum roll when they were receiving their certificates at the AC Hotel in Kingston a couple of weeks ago. Because we had all the communities there grouped and seated together, and everybody wanted to know. This is like the Best Actor Award in the Oscars, right? Who is it that had the community award for the environmental wardens? Who did the best in the training, etc., performance? And lo and behold, it was Anchovy. So we'd like to invite our MD as well as our MP and Mr. Baker to join us as we'd like to present two team of environmental wardens right by the Okay, we're going to move with some alacrity because I believe MP has another function as well, right? So could we quickly take the bigger picture now? All this fuss, but it is important to record your achievements. Never mind the fact that our photographer works for Vogue apparently as well and is a very perfectionist in his approach. Yes. So, our school award starts with Lethe Primary School. Now, Lethe Primary School is Miss McGee here? Miss McGee, of course. Now, this award is being presented to Lethe for Best Kept School Green Space. And they came third in this achievement out of the 10 communities across the islands. The next award is presented to Bickerstead for the best traditional school garden. They actually came third as well in this accomplishment, so that is the third place trophy. They won several awards. You're also from Bickerstead? Okay, great. Could you come and join us? All right, and don't leave, because the best kept school greenhouse, second place, also went to Bickerstead Primary and Infant. Thank you very much, Bickerstead. No. Anchovy, no. Yes. Third place, safety management. Congratulations, Bickerstead. Well done. Now, this school, similar to the environmental wardens who excel, won no less than 6 awards, beginning with third place in the school safety management competition, Anchovy Primary School. So we'd like our principal for Anchovy, Ms. Cheryl Mitchell Grant. And of course, Mr. O'Dane Richards is one of our teachers that also spearheaded with her the program. And their groundsman, you're going to keep the cap on or off? Safety management, third place. Don't leave, because you know you have lots more to receive. The best kept school greenhouse, they came second place. And the first place award for best kept grounds went to Anchovy. Another first place award for best recycling and environmental project.
And then refreshments for this.
Okay. This is the last one?
No, we still have this and all this.
Okay. All right. And first place, again, as soon as you hand over one, we hand one right back to you. The best overall environmental stewardship. Miss Grant, you're going to have to build a separate trophy case for all of these, right? And, right, okay. Now, the final trophy that they were awarded is second place in best kept schools. So can everyone hold a trophy now, or two? Congratulations. Please clap them. Quite an achievement, and you will have to repeat next year. You know they're coming for you now.
Anchova Primary School.
Yes,
As
yes.
always.
Been like,
Yes.
yes. You know. So, ladies and gentlemen, all that's left for us to do is once again to say congratulations to our environmental wardens from Anchovy and to our schools from the Western region, because you have done yourselves proud. Congratulations to all. We would like to inform you that refreshments will be served outside, so you may converse, examine each other's trophies, strategies for next year, etc. Thank you, MP. Thank you, MD. Oh, yes, very important. Wardens, could you come back up for Minister and Council?